The station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Tonight on DC News Now at 10, dealing with the storm damage. We talked to families in one apartment complex ousted after last night's severe storm ripped the roof off their building. And DC police are investigating a string of early morning stabbings. A look at where they say police can use your help. And we're stretching your dollar with summer essentials. A closer look at places to save to enjoy the season. Thank you for joining us for DC News Now at 10. I'm Ben Dennis. On this Saturday evening, our meteorologist Scott Sumner is taking a look at all the activity going on right now across the DMV. Scott, standing by in our weather center, tell us what's going on.
Ben, no severe thunderstorm warnings, but we do have a flood watch and some flood warnings still in effect for parts of the area. Let's go right to the computer and let's take a look at what we have with the flood warning, or flood watch / warning area. And you'll be able to see with a lot of green on the map. Let's get right to that flood alert. Thank you. We've got a lot of green. The green is the flood watch. The light shade of green down in Orange County is the flood warning. That flood warning goes to 1 o'clock in the morning. You can see the rain across the area. Some of that on the heavier side, as indicated by that red shade of color. Red and yellow is moderate rain. Light green is the lighter shade of or lighter precipitation. And our future radar shows here over the last hour or so, over the next hour or so, that shower activity will be moving through Washington, D.C., moving up in portions of I-270, the southern end of it anyway, and then moving up towards the Baltimore area. Again, more details and show you the rain, break it down for you a little bit more, and rain rates across the area coming up in just a few moments.
Plenty ahead. Thank you, Scott. Many families are still dealing with the effects from all the trees that fell during yesterday's storm. Perhaps hardest hit in southeast D.C., where nearly 24 families are looking for a new place to put their head on a pillow tonight, as Dave Laval tells us.
This apartment building behind me will soon be vacant after we've been told it's no longer safe for people to be in there following Friday's storm.
Today is the really bad day for us.
It's moving day for Carmela Mack and her daughter. They have no choice but to leave the villages of Parklands Apartments. The roof started to fall into their third-floor home during Friday's storm.
I could have been in there and been dead.
I had to get out of there pretty quick because I kept hearing the crashes from the ceiling dropping above me.
Anisha did not want us to show her face or use her last name. She lives on the second floor with her family.
Some leaks from the ceiling fan, the kitchen ceiling.
The concern is the ceiling could collapse. Signs are posted on the doors to remind tenants it's no longer safe to live there.
It's really stressful, just like trying to get everything together and not sure, where we want to go or how long it's going to take to fix everything.
Anisha also showed us some of the damage she recorded in her neighbor's apartment. The reason for the evacuations can be found in the backyard, where portions of the roof remain. Mac's parents load their car with her possessions. Mac and her daughter will stay with them until they can find somewhere else to live, while other families are wondering where they will call home. Families and apartment complex employees told us the American Red Cross will be here on Sunday to help those affected. We reached out to the apartment complex to comment on the situation, but the office closed earlier than scheduled. In Southeast D.C., Dave Laval, DC News Now.
Got a feel for those families. Our thanks to Dave. Breaking overnight, a woman killed, a man injured after a shooting in Southeast D.C. That happened on Atlantic Street, just a few houses away from a fire station. Police are currently looking for a black Jeep Wrangler and a black Dodge Charger in connection. If you have any information, pick up the phone and call police as soon as possible. Those two cars were last seen heading towards MLK Avenue. As the probe is ongoing, stick with DC News Now for updates in the search for suspects. And new tonight out of Stafford County, two drunk drivers driving the same type of car have been arrested after crashing into each other while driving down Mountain View Road. Well, Stafford Sheriff's Office says that one driver was an 18-year-old male driving under the influence of drugs, while the other was driven by a 59-year-old female driving under the influence of alcohol. Both were held in Rappahannock Regional Jail, and neither was seriously injured. In Fairfax County, police are investigating a possible explosive device found inside a shed on Seat Pleasant Drive. That was the initial call, but police say that they secured the scene. Not long thereafter, when they investigated, found the device was inert, safe, and no immediate threat to the area. As of now, no word on what exactly that device was. Also in the district, police investigate multiple late-night stabbings in Northwest and Northeast D.C. The earliest of them happened on U Street in Northwest shortly after 1 a.m. Another on T Street after 2:30 a.m. And there were 2 more stabbings shortly before 5. One on Kenilworth Avenue in Northeast, another on 10th Street in Northwest. Authorities say all of the cases are under investigation tonight. Reach out if you have any information. Plus, half a dozen people, including a 13-year-old, are under arrest, accused of stealing from dozens of stores across Maryland and D.C. over the span of several months, including 11 stores alone in Montgomery County, Maryland. The crime spanned from April 28th to June 15th across 11 stores in the county. Our Daniel Hamburg tells us that those stores lost a total of nearly $50,000.
After 3 months of grabbing and dashing, Montgomery County police say they've taken 6 retail thieves off the streets, most of them teenagers.
They went into Target and they were taking electronics. They went into Ulta and they were taking perfumes and colognes that were of a large dollar amount.
Police say the group includes a 13-year-old, 2 16-year-olds, and a 17-year-old.
We do know that the 17-year-old was the ringleader in this whole operation.
The 17-year-old, being charged as an adult, is being held in jail, as well as 28-year-old Shaquille Pittman. Pittman's sister, 21-year-old Regina Christmas, was arrested last month in D.C. on similar charges, but released by a judge pending an extradition hearing later this month.
They are also responsible for carjackings and armed robberies. So it was very important to us to make sure that we had these individuals apprehended and in custody.
Ulta's losses from these thefts total $78,000. A source with knowledge of the investigation tells DC News Now the suspects hit over 80 stores total in DC, including CVS with an estimated loss of over $22,000 and Macy's at $24,000.
We do ask that if you see something like this happening in a store, to not try to stop these people. Your life is more valuable than those items.
Reporting for DC News Now, I'm Daniel Hamburg.
And a loss of those businesses. Meantime, sales are soaring in 2 weeks since recreational marijuana became legal in Maryland. Our Skylar Salas covers Washington County and went inside one cannabis business in Hagerstown trying to keep up with demand.
Since the legalization of marijuana in Maryland, dispensaries have seen an uptick, but along with dispensaries, cannabis growing plants have also had to produce more marijuana to keep up with the demand.
We continue to drive by matching our supply to the increased demand and have the ability to do so relatively quickly. As we're scaling our facility in Hagerstown to meet the increase in demand.
Chantel Elsner is with TerraScent, a marijuana producing plant in Hagerstown. She said since cannabis became legal for recreational use, the business had to produce about 1.5 to 2 times more product to keep up with demand in its 6 retail stores.
Maryland announced its plans to legalize adult use. TerraScent began preparing by amping up the productions of brands like Legend and Kind Tree, which are some of our primary internal brands. We also expanded our cultivation facility, and increased our partnerships in the state to meet the growing demand.
As prepared as the business felt, Elsner said the demand around July 4th alone left a mark, but the company is committed to meeting the new landscape.
Opening up on July 4th weekend, there was obviously a huge spike in, sales and volume and a need for product across the broader market as well as at our, our new stores. So we're just, we're continuing to, to analyze it, stay close to it, stay close to our customers, most importantly, and our patients.
Reporting in Hagerstown, Maryland, Skylar Salas for DC News Now.
Well, take a look at this. A double rainbow spotted over the nation's capital yesterday evening after those damaging storms had swept through. Certainly Mother Nature giving us some welcome news here. Scott Sumner, he's over with the latest on our forecast. Hey, Scott.
Hello. Because it's nighttime here, Ben, obviously we don't see any rainbows, but needless to say here, storm reports, I do have some of those. Some thunderstorm wind damage has come down here near White Plains, Maryland. That's in Charles County. As you can see, the marker there. And then moving up further to the north and the west, we had an earlier thunderstorm wind damage up around Fort Ashby in West Virginia here. So that's in Mineral County. So we had a couple of storms earlier on producing some gusty winds across the area, and we have some heavy rain. All of this is amounting to power outages. The percent of power outages for the most part in these counties is shaded in blue, which is indicative of less than 10% of the entire county being without power. However, as you do note here, at parts of West Virginia, that has now just been upgraded, as you can see, above 20% at this point in time. So real-time information here for you in the Weather Department. Now, as far as the radar is concerned, we are looking at heavy rains moving just to the west of the Washington area. That will be moving throughout Germantown along the I-270 corridor here. And the future scan over the next hour shows a continuation of this rain moving up from that same direction. As far as rain rate in the last hour, you can see the numbers varying here, but that little purple dot that's right by Dale City, that's the heaviest core of rain. That's at least 1 inch to 2 inches per hour if it were to stay stationary, but obviously it is not. There is that purple shade of color moving just towards the west of Montclair, moving up towards Manassas Park, and in towards the Centerville area. And looking ahead, we've got some more active weather tomorrow as this front starts to move in. Once it does, it'll produce some more storms. I'll talk about the timing of those storms with our future cast coming up in just a bit. Ben?
Thanks, Scott.